Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Moneywed, Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on AT&T. As you can see, they're having a pretty good day today. Actually, a pretty good week. I never thought I would see the price this high for quite a while. As you can see, could have got into it back here on the 20th for $29.87. Any $29 buy I've thought on this one, or even under $29, is an excellent must buy for myself. Again, I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice. Just stating my opinion. I like AT&T. Some people out there, I think it's kind of a love or hate, but I'm sure there's better companies out there, but they're huge. They're expanding. The dividend is a big, fat, juicy dividend. That's what draws me to it. But as you can kind of see, the keeps running up here. But I knew this wouldn't be sustained for too long. Probably a lot of profit taking and so on. But you can kind of see what it's done here for the day. So a lot of information just came out about AT&T. Here it's going to bounce off the 3240, so we'll see what happens with it. But again, this is AT&T. I talked about this one last week. They had a bunch more information come out today. So you can watch that video as well. Feel free to pause if you don't know what AT&T is. 35 million shares average, a $232 billion market cap. And here's kind of a look at their ratings. As a whole, I don't really pay attention to that. I pay attention to the stock price and the dividend. Here's their last look at earnings. And here's my last dividend, so not too bad. I have quite a few more shares in retirement. This is the only account that I show here on the channel. But the price that I bought these at, I couldn't pass it up. So 52 cents per quarter, or $2.08 per year per share. And so if you had about 16 shares, you'd get get enough dividends to buy another share of AT&T per year, depending on the stock price, depending on it not running up anymore, I should say. So, but here's where I bought my last shares. I saw this dip and just couldn't resist. I don't even think I really had the money at the time. I kind of had to pull all this together, but I just couldn't pass up the price. And so anytime you can get it for that price, scrape up whatever money you can. That's how I look at it. So, and here's one that was canceled. So, but back to AT&T. I'm a long-term holder on this one, so we'll see what happens with it. So, like I said, not the greatest ratings. Currently at a hold, but it's got a lot of stuff going on with it right now. So, huge company. This is just dated an hour ago. AT&T blockbuster pushes record M&A run to a cusp of $2 trillion. The value of mergers and acquisitions is on course to pass $2 trillion milestone in record time this year, boosted by the blockbuster spinoff of AT&T and corporate media business. And so it looks like they've so last time it ran up, and I actually sold out. I used to have about 30-40 shares here in Robinhood. It ran up to 31.50 when the HBO Max went through, and I sold, and then it continued to run up a little bit more. But I put the money into something else, and then always watching AT&T, and then it came back down, and then I bought back in. So probably wouldn't be too bad of a one to trade. So. But as you can see, the price running up, I've just continued to hold this one. So, and a surprise reversal for the company that spent $85 billion to acquire the assets less than 3 years ago. The transaction values the combined entity at about $130 billion, including debt, based on Warner Media's estimated enterprise value of more than $90 billion. And so I'll just slowly pause through. You can continue to read the rest of it. Here's kind of a chart that goes over the global deal values. And feel free to pause and go over that. I'm just going to kind of hit the highlights here. So here's the second highest rise in deal values this year. Highest being in utilities. AT&T will receive $43 billion under the terms of the Discovery deal, with its shareholders going on to own 71% of the new company's stock, according to a filing on Monday. The combined company is expected to generate revenue of about $52 billion in 2023 and adjusted earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization of $14 billion. And so just the way it sounds and their revenue and the things that they have in the works, I continue to see the, and it's not going to happen overnight or get to $40. It may, but between now and 2023, should be able to see the stock price stay above 30, I would think. If it doesn't, I would be surprised. But moving on, so AT&T confirms a deal to combine its Warner Media subsidiary with Discovery in pure play for $43 billion deal. And so that's why the stock is running up today. So another major telco in the U.S. is making a big move today. Full player and media services, the specifically content creation. Today, AT&T said that it is combining its Warner Media division with Discovery. And so should be a pretty good deal, good move for the company. Dealing is being structured at a reverse Morris Trust transaction that will give AT&T $43 billion and a combination of cash, debt, securities, and Warner Media retention of certain debt. The deal will see AT&T shareholders receive stock representing 71% of the new company, while Discovery shareholders will have 21%, the company said in an announcement. And feel free to pause and go over the rest here for yourself. So it's going to include some 200,000 hours of iconic programming with more than 100 of the most cherished, popular, and trusted brands in the world. These include HBO. I just got the HBO Max a while back. Warner Brothers, Discovery, DC Comics, which would be a good one. CNN, Cartoon Network, HGTV, which is popular. Food Network, another popular one. I don't really watch TV, but I hear people talk about these all the time. Companies confirm that they will plan to include news in the largely entertainment-focused group. They say that they have an annual revenues of approximately $52 billion, with adjusted EBITDA of approximately $14 billion. And free cash flow conversion rate at around 60%, or at least $3 billion in expected cost synergies. AT&T shareholders will still keep in 71% of the company, but the deal indicates that the company sees more value in building the body of content creation and its own entity independent of it. So it should be a pretty good play, pretty good powerhouse for AT&T. Also need to keep in the back of your mind, focus on investing in 5G and fiber to meet substantial long-term demand for connectivity. AT&T shareholders will retain their stake in our leading communications company that comes with an attractive dividend. Even before the HBO Max and all the other things that they have going on today with Discovery and everything else they plan to do in the future, this has always been in the back of my mind, a good buy for 5G. So again, That's why I've kept this one around. Actually, I have all three, AT&T being one of my biggest holding, and then Verizon, and then T-Mobile. Dallas-based AT&T combining media assets, merging Discovery Incorporated with Warner Media, and this is just dated an hour ago. So pretty much the same information, but Dallas-based AT&T will join media operations that include CNN, HBO, TNT, and TBS in a $43 billion deal with Discovery. So again, should be huge. All the same information here, so I'll slowly scroll through. If you'd like to pause and go over this information. Kind of a easier read here, bigger print on MS and Money. So again, it goes over the 200,000 hours of programming and bringing together more than 100 brands, including Animal Planet, TLC, so some of the bigger channels. So it should be a pretty good deal for AT&T. And again, this is kind of some of the same information 4 hours ago. So I'll slowly scroll through and see if there's any other good information in here. Like I said, they just did the HBO Max. I don't know, about a month or two ago, I signed up for HBO Max. It's kind of nice. You can watch movies at home that are also released in the theater. So, not to diss on theaters. I love going to the theater, but after last year, gotten kind of in a lazy mode, and it's just as easy to crank it up on the TV, so at home. So everybody's got a big screen, surround sound, and so on. And so again, kind of some of the same information. Over here to Reddit, millions are out of a job, yet some employers wonder, why can't I find workers? It's, from what I've heard, because a lot of them are on unemployment. Twice impeached, can't be buried at Arlington or receive federal funding, House bill proposes. So not much there to do with AT&T is what we're after. So a low of $26.35, that would be an excellent price, and high of $33.24, which should have hit that today. Buy the rumor and sell the news. Pathetic. Elon Musk controls Bitcoin and Dogecoin prices with pure magic. So JP Morgan, AT&T, Goldman Sachs, GameStop, and Ethan Allen. How to leap options are handled when they issue new shares. And just as I was thinking, new highs have been coming, but I didn't think it would hit 33 this soon, but that's a good thing. It'll test it and see what happens with it. So that's a good question. How much further will it fall? So again, I don't care how far it falls. I'm a long-term holder on this one, and currently at $32.60, and this shows a $30.91 price target. High of 36, could, the way it's going. Kind of doubtful, but and a low of 24. So currently we're at 32.62. It kind of bounced off of the 32.40, and it's going back up, but we'll see where it goes. So if I would have been watching it here, I might have sold my shares and rebought, but anyway, that's all that I have on AT&T. Like I said, this is a long-term hold of mine. I did a video just a couple days ago on this one, and there was an individual that commented on my video. Let me see if I can pull that up. Said he has 5,611 shares totaling, and he's trying to get to 12,500 shares of AT&T. That's just, wow. He's my new AT&T idol, so you can see that comment on my last video that I just did. Looks like on the 13th, so I'll go ahead and list that in the description as well, so you can find that in the description, and any other AT&T video that I've done, I'll just link all those. But if you have more than 5,000 shares, go ahead and list that in the comments. That would be interesting to know. I didn't figure out how much that would be, but that would be $30 would be 15,000. I'd have to go, no, it would be more than that. I would have to go and figure that. That's interesting. So, but like I said, you can see that comment on my last video. It says he went all in just before earnings, 5,611 shares in total, and trying to get up to 12,500 shares. So, wow. Congratulations to you. That'd be interesting to see what that payout on dividends would be as well. So, if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing. That would really help out the channel. And hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, following Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.